video from Average Man Unplugged. We're gonna be talking about Remy Ma mad because Papoose moved on. You already know what's about to happen. Let's see what the girl's talking about.
Papoose having a new girlfriend has gotten Remy Ma feeling some type of way, and she is not hating her feelings towards it, and she has slammed him for moving on too soon. Remy Ma is telling whoever cares to listen to her that Papoose gave up on her easily and couldn't fought for their love, as she still wore the ring he got her because she still had high hopes they were going to get back together. Remy trying to gaslight Papoose for moving on is nuts because she cheated on him with not one but two men, and she expected him to keep his vow. For those who may not be aware, Remy Ma and Papoose's relationship used to be the symbol of black love, and they were adored by fans because of how much they love each other and the fact that they're not afraid to show their love.
Yeah, we used to say the same thing about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, and you see how that turned out. That was just 2 years ago, and now this, yeah.
Another one.
News of their separation shocked the entertainment industry, and what made it worse was when news broke that the reason they separated was because Remy cheated on Papoose. Remy cheating on Papoose shocked the internet because throughout their time together, all Papoose has shown her was loyalty. Papoose showed his loyalty to her when she went to jail in 2008. Papoose put a pause on his career to be by Remy's side in jail, staying with her Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And sources close to Papoose also revealed that he canceled.
And what that tell you, no matter what you do, if your girl want to go, she gonna leave. You still can't keep her. You can give her everything in the world. That's why you shouldn't be your woman's world. You're supposed to give her exactly what she need, not what she want.
Studio sessions, turned down shows, and events just to be by Remy's side.
I'm yeah. Pat used to come see me literally every single day, so I was chilling. I was like,
so he came up every day. Every visit.
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you have a visit every day,
right,
except it alters on the weekends, so Saturday or Sunday. So literally
every
the first
day.
year,
How far is Stafford Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, so like I mean, it got to a point where I had to tell him like, yo, like I'm good. I'm alright. Like, and I guess like when he believed it, that
Papoose stood by her side through thick and thin through this period, and he even risked his freedom by trying to sneak a skeleton key to her in prison. He got caught and he received a 6-month ban from seeing her, which looks like a slap on the wrist, considering he was willing to risk his freedom trying to sneak the key into her. After getting the 6-month ban that stopped Papoose from seeing Remy in jail, Papoose decided to get married to Remy while she was in prison. What made it more surprising was that Remy spent 6 more years in prison. In those 6 years, he stayed loyal to her, and the only time rumors came out that he cheated and got a lady pregnant, he didn't let the rumors stay long before shutting it down. He said, "I love the ground my wife walks on and would never ever cheat. But hypothetically speaking, if I did, it would never be with someone who is this unattractive. I'm sorry, it's a fake blogger who has been helping her fabricate this story, and she gained over 1,000 followers since she started posting this." While Papoose stood loyal to Remy, her cheek was getting clapped outside their home. Also, what made the whole situation crazier was Remy cheated on Papoose with a rapper called Easy the Block Captain, and it was revealed Easy and Papoose ran in the same circle and were on friendly terms. But Papoose was mad about Remy cheating on him. He had every right to because he held her down for long, only to be cheated on. It got heated when an eyewitness revealed that Papoose and Easy ran into each other at an industry event and they threw hands. The witness also claimed that Papoose knocked out Easy cold. Easy and Remy lasted only a few months because it was them against the rap scene, and during a rap battle, Easy got called out for messing with his friend's wife, and Remy got mocked for cheating on a loyal one.
Damn, y'all remember when Geechee Gotti exposed the hell out of Remy Ma for cheating on Papoose with Easy the Block Captain? Child, none of us had ever seen Remy so humble when Geechee was going at her with shade after shade after shade after shade. And this affair is what reportedly caused the breakup between Remy and Papoose.
Just tell him stop spewing the business. We just found out you was that could really ruin your image. We're talking Barack and Michelle, Pap and Liam. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. Niggas didn't even think that y'all marriages still had to go through them stages. Every interview, he showed his admiration and tell the world how he think he's one of the greatest. That nigga held you down in prison for 6 years.
Well, allegedly, Remy is the one punching the air right now after Papoose seemingly moved on with a much younger woman. Word on the street is that Papoose is currently dating a boxer, but he's just trying to keep the relationship low-key so that it can have a chance of survival. According to sources, this is actually the first time since the breakup with Remy that Papoose has been happy. But allegedly, Remy is not too happy about this new relationship because even though she was also spotted with a new beau, deep down, she still had hopes that she and Papoose would eventually get back together. And that's why recently, Remy has been running her mouth like crazy.
Never cheated on nobody, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
First of all, man.
Stop the cap.
And two, you cheated on that man not once but twice, and you've been spotted with your new man, and now you gonna sit over here and try to throw shade and be upset at Papoose for finally moving on. And through all that, you were still expecting him to be there for you when he already showed you how damn loyal he was for you. You were literally locked up for you.
I mean, loyal as it can get, bro. Like, type shit. Like, it don't make no sense how loyal this dude was to this woman. And for her to betray him like that, that just shows you that women are never happy. Most of them. Like, come on, man.
Years and he didn't cheat on you. What in the hell do you... And when women say, where are all the good men at? This is why. Because women take... There's so many women that take advantage of good men, and it seems like it doesn't matter what level it's on. Whether it's a celebrity like these guys or just your everyday person walking down the street working a 9 to 5, bro. It all turns out the same. I tell you, bro. More often than not. I'm not gonna say all the time, but I'm like, this is just, like I said, first Will Smith, now Papoose. Ladies, come on now. Let's keep it moving.
Well, you know, a couple of years ago, I could have been one of these girls with a family, and this is my career, and I'm being disrespectful, and a lot of people may not know, and because of the way he done it, everybody's kind of gunning for him.
Yeah, so it could be anybody, I guess, at this point.
You ain't got no business pouncing on this little boy, and then you taking him from city to city to do these battle raps, trying to get a come up after you done used your husband.
I visited her every day for a year straight. And
every
day, bro. Honestly, financially, that's me up.
I told y'all that Papoose put hands on that little boy she messing with.
And I walked past, I see Papoose, and it was kind of like an aggressive motion, and Papoose swing. Next thing I know, Easy was on the floor, and it was a lot of commotion, and people were running out of the room. Remy came in, her security came behind her, and then they closed the door, and they were arguing. He did go night-night. Papoose put Easy, the block captain, to sleep last night.
This must be the year of breakups, because Remy Ma and Papoose have split. They've been married for a while. He's been holding her down when she was in jail, and Remy is back popping. But recently, media takeout is saying that she's been cheating with a 25-year-old rapper. I know, right? And then a battle rapper was being very disrespectful towards Papoose at one of his battles. Let's check it out.
Victim, we done had 6 Chrome events. 6 Chrome events. Papoose was at all of them. How come he ain't at this one? Where he at? Don't worry about it though. Don't worry about it. Why he ain't at this one? Why we ain't in New York? Why we ain't in New York? Because the last time there your husband punched on him, so you actually brought it to where he more comfortable at, so if he did decide to show up, this weirdo can have the ups on him?
My queen.
I knew since the first day that I met you that
I destroyed that dude with that one. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't never heard that one. That was bars. But yeah, man, Remy Ma, you ain't right for this. That's all I'm gonna say. And you deserve anything that's coming for you.
you was gonna be my husband.
We're rocking Michelle, Happy Leah. Nigga, that's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. We didn't even think that y'all marriages still have to go through them stages. Every interview, he showed his admiration and tell the world how he think these women the greatest. That nigga held you down and took it to 6 years. Nigga, he held you down for 6 years. I know it was nice, he cried big tears. He still like me, niggas and cops from the front row getting you big shit. Now y'all got a beautiful baby girl who oh so amazing. You can deal with the music to this boat so the racist. Hey, the world ain't never supposed to know what you can do. But this nigga behind closed doors doing this not what the hook was to do. That's the best moves. When you ain't feeling good, you back in the best mood. You ain't knocking out because you damn to keep seeing you get stepped to. Bust a nigga inside down and stood over like a step to. You think he didn't love you, but put up with all of this shit? No, papoose. That's how you talk to your
Okay, what you're looking at here, this is Remy Ma in the center. Yep. All right, it's her battle rap league. This guy right here to the left of her, that's Easy the Block Captain. Okay, that's one of her artists. Okay, she's been caught cheating with him for a man that's been with her for 7 years, well, a long time, 10 years, because he was with her when she served 7 years in prison.
He turns around and faces her, and this is a pretty intimate, close distance, but Remy Ma sees the camera. We'll play this a couple times. Amazing battle. All right. So you'll see it again. So it looks like he was going to get close to her, maybe say something, maybe kiss. I have no idea. But then Remy says, the camera is right there, sir. Amazing battle. Amazing. See that? Amazing battle. Yep. Camera's right there. He looking like, uh-oh, wait a minute, wait.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
All right. Camera's there, dude. Don't do nothing stupid.
Remy was spotted with another rapper, Bad News. The two were photographed together, wearing matching watches and looking cozy. While Remy tried to downplay the relationship, media outlets confirmed that they were indeed an item. This only added fuel to the fire, as fans couldn't understand how Remy could move on so quickly after everything Papoose had done for her. Despite all of this, Papoose remained respectful. He never publicly bashed Remy or engaged in any behavior that would embarrass her. Instead, he focused on moving forward with his life. Word on the street is that he's now dating a boxer, and for the first time in a long while, he's genuinely excited about someone new. Sources close to Papoose say he's keeping the relationship private, hoping that staying out of the public eye will give them a better chance at building something meaningful. However, the news of Papoose's new relationship has reportedly left Remy feeling some type of way. Sources claim she's been telling people that she's disappointed in him for moving on and that he should have fought harder for their love. According to Remy, she never filed for divorce because she still believed they could reconcile. But now that Papoose has found happiness with someone else, it seems her jealousy is getting the better of her. Remy even went live to vent her frustrations, saying things like, every now and then, somebody needs to get the hands. While she didn't directly name Papoose or his new girlfriend, the timing of her comments has fans speculating that she's struggling to come to terms with his new relationship. What's even more baffling is that Remy is still wearing the engagement ring Papoose gave her, despite their separation. It's as if she's holding on to the past, hoping for a reunion that doesn't seem to be on Papoose's radar. He's reportedly only communicating with her about their daughter, and has made it clear that he's moved on. Fans have had a lot to say about this situation, with many siding with Papoose and criticizing Remy for her actions. Comments like, she thought he wasn't going to replace her, and sis lost a good man, have flooded social media. Others pointed out how much Papoose sacrificed for her, only for her to betray him. One fan wrote, you will never find a man that treats you a fraction of how Papoose treated you. It's hard not to see the irony in Remy's current situation. She once had a man who was willing to risk everything for her, yet she jeopardized their relationship for fleeting connections. Now that Papoose has moved on, her attempts to win him back seem less about love and more about control. Papoose's new relationship marks a fresh start for him, and he deserves to find happiness after everything he's been through. Meanwhile, Remy's actions have left fans questioning whether she truly values the loyalty and love she once had. Only time will tell how this story unfolds, but one thing is clear, Papoose has turned the page, and Remy needs to decide whether she's ready to do the same. What do you think about this situation? Does Papoose deserve the criticism he's receiving from Remy, or is it time for her to take a hard look at her own actions? Let us know in the comments below.
It is a question of my heart. You got it. It don't belong to anyone but you.
No.
And I think that girl right there that y'all looking at on the screen that Papoose was holding is his daughter. That's not even his girlfriend. I kind of like got the story backwards. I wanted to say that real quick before we move on. Let's go.
Papoose is doing the right thing, and he's going right about this. He's going about this the right way. Remy Ma really needs to take a look in the mirror. I don't know what the fuck has gotten in this woman's head or what is wrong with her. Because let me tell you something, I've always been a fan of Papoose and Remy Ma for their music and their relationship, because, you know, for him to be down to do that, you know, yeah, most men would not stick by a woman in that situation. I don't think most people would stick by any, regardless of gender. 7 years is a pretty long time. Alright, now, with that in mind, I don't know why she thinks she can get people on her side by saying that he should have fought harder, given that everybody was under the impression that y'all were solid and y'all were always looked to as, like they said, a symbol of love, black love in particular, especially after what happened to Will Smith. Y'all were pretty much next in line, and to see what happened, and it turns out, once again, it's the woman that is responsible for why that relationship failed, and you want to sit over here and try to throw shade at him for moving on, when it's clear that you moved. If anything, it looks like you moved on before he did. You literally cheated. What the fuck are you talking about? See what happens when women talk in their feelings and logic goes all out the window? Apparently accountability goes with it. Let's keep it moving. Now you're gonna hear what other people had to say about it.
So I want to break something down to you guys. And I definitely want to break something down to you guys that got street chicks. You know those chicks that, you know, talk slang, they say bro, they say things like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? They street chicks. As I watch this Remy Ma and Papoose thing unfold, I think, and I don't know Papoose, but I'm sure he's glad this happened. Yeah. I'm sure Papoose is glad Remy Ma did what she did. People, when you listen to Papoose, he's not a street dude. He's not. He's not a punk, but he's not a street dude. And when you listen to Papoose, he's an intellect. He's not a street dude. Sorry. When you listen to Remy Ma, you're listening to a street chick. Remy Ma is 100% pure grade A street chick. That's what she is. And when every man, and I mean every man, when they deal with a woman, at some point they think that they can change that woman at some point. When you listen to Remy Ma, a chick that I think is like 45 years old, and she's still talking about, you gotta ask them what they talking about, you know. I am not understanding under no circumstances. I'm not understanding under no circumstances how Papoose ended up with that chick. I'm not. But I can tell you this. You notice how Papoose, the woman that he ended up with, his new girlfriend, she's zero street. She's not a street chick. He went down that road before.
Y'all not about to tell me that Remy over here trying to get Papoose back. Look at them. Oh, now, baby. You know, they baby. This is ridiculous. Oh, no, Remy. You stay where you was. You didn't want this good man? That's the good man, Savannah. Leave him be. You go play with the the Papoose 1.9, because 2.0 ain't even loading. Absolutely, positively not. You played in that man's face. and found yourself played up.
You know it's bad when the sisterhood even back in Papoose up. They usually go against the man, but bro, they like hell no. You can't argue this one. We can't have you on this one, sister. I'm sorry. It's too damn obvious.
At the end of the day, absolutely not. You cannot want me to believe that after all Pap has done, and not saying he had no bad qualities, but his good outweighed the bad. We're going to go back to, or why did I get married? The 80-20 rule. You thought that 20 was looking real good when you already had 80 laying next to you. You played too much, girlfriend. Enjoy them holidays with whoever that little knockoff brand Pappy is. That's like Chap. Chap. That's who you got. You got Chap. Oh well, good luck, you stuck, Chuck. Pat, you stay strong. I mean, look how cute I look next to you. I'm just saying, don't do it. You don't deserve them. Throw them back because you lost a good man, Savannah. Jump in the comments. Don't forget to follow me. What y'all think? Remy and Pat back together again? Should he give her another chance? My thoughts is absolutely hell no. But I mean, let's see what y'all got to say about it. I'll be right there. Don't forget to follow me. Bye.
So you mean to tell me after all these years that Remy Ma and Papoose finally done call it quits? That man got sick of her. Like, ma'am, I sat here all this time and waited on you as a man. Because, you know, that's what women do. That's what women would wait on you. But a man, after you got sentenced, matter of fact, before you even got sentenced, men move on. And they be having about 5, 6, 7, 10 women lined up quick. But this man waited on you while you was locked up. They wouldn't let you out. And I'm talking about he got him a little thunder. Sis is young, pretty. She got her own thing going on. So it ain't like it's one of these little fans or nothing, baby. You up against something. Yeah. And you hurt. Now, you probably was the one in the relationship that was the abusive one. You probably was mental abuse. That man probably was real chill mode. You probably did him real dirty behind closed doors. And he stuck in the paint and stayed with you while you did him dirty. But now it's over with, baby. Karma is something else. Yeah, karma. Matter of fact, it ain't even karma. It's just that man know his worth and he leaving you where you stand at. Back there. Yeah, ain't no more us. Baby, take that ring off. Take it off, baby, take it off.
So I know for a fact I can't be the only one who is loving the fact that Remy is upset that Papoose moved in with a new girl, right? Is anybody else loving this shit? Can't I be the only one who's going to sleep soundly tonight knowing that Papoose has moved in with a new, younger version of a great woman that ain't Remy Ma? I cannot be the only one who will snore the loudest peaceful snore tonight, knowing that Papoose has moved on. Did I mention that she's younger and she probably don't have some extra deep ass manly voice? I cannot be the only one who will sing the song that men sing when they rejoice. I cannot be the only one who will thank my lucky stars that Remy Ma's upset and Papoose is happy. Good men regularly get taken for granted because they assume you'll come back whenever you get finished doing whatever you're doing. But I cannot be the only one who will congratulate myself for rooting for Papoose because he done moved in with a younger woman who is not Remy Ma. Congratulations to Papoose.
Hey, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. Do y'all think Papoose is right for doing what he did?
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today. Modern women are worried that men are leaving the game, okay? Dudes are happier being single. They are saying more and more no to relationships, no to things like marriages. And of course, this is concerning to a lot of modern women who are still out there trying to find their Prince Charming. So let's take a listen to this video. As always, guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Are you somebody who has decided to be single? Are you done with the marriage, done with the dating game? Let us know down below in the comments, and let's jump right into the video.
What do you want to be for Halloween? Yours? I would like to be yours. I guess I'll still like a sexy alien or something.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll We'll see the response from the woman who said that normal women can't find normal men, that men don't want normal women but rather a fantasy. We want to invite you to smash that like button and help us reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year and get our first plaque. That's the only support we ask from you, man. Add your grain of sand to the movement. Leave your experience in the comments for any man who needs it. And without further ado, let's get started.
What kind of world do we live in where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date? Because these guys don't want a real woman. They want a fantasy. They want to live in this fake fantasy world. They would rather jack off to some screen, to some robot, rather than actually deal with a real human being and what comes with that. You know why? Because it's easier. And I am done. I'm done.
Oh my. This video is absolutely hilarious. So here you have a woman who is crying. She's losing her marbles a little bit. Now, I'll say this could very well be a skit. I don't know. As a baseline, I don't really believe people when they cry on social media, especially women on TikTok. I think they have really outdone themselves in that department to the point where nobody believes them anymore. But there are certainly a lot of modern women who are sad because they can't get a man. Now, this woman is completely delusional because, number one, women can get average men. They just don't want them. We all know this. If you've ever watched women on social media applications or dating applications, they completely ignore average men. So let's get that out of the way. And the other thing she said here is men would rather look at screens, girls on screens, and not have to deal with everything that comes.
The only reason why they rather to look at girl on screens and don't want to deal with whatever comes with that is because they know the juice ain't worth the squeeze. You already been bust down by Chad. You already gave all your enthusiastic, you know what I'm saying, actual activity to the dude, you know what I'm saying, that one shit. So now you trying to come over here and bring the baggage that you got from other guys over here to me. And men ain't putting up with that shit no more.
With dating a real woman. The problem is, guys, let's ask ourselves the question, what does come with dating these individuals? And a lot of the time, it is nothing but headaches. Let's continue.
To some robot, rather than actually deal with a real human being and what comes with that. You know why? Because it's easier. And I am done. I'm done.
Oh my God, who the hell cares? How many times have I told you that women don't marry for love, but for a lifestyle? If you're a man who can't provide that lifestyle, then you're invisible to women. It's not that a normal girl can't find a man. It's that the average guy is invisible to the modern woman. So, it's not that men want to be alone. It's that men have understood the rules of the game. They know that to win a woman's heart, they have to start meeting her demands because it's you who are living in a fantasy where your standards in a man eliminate almost 80% of average men.
So I got over 3,000 comments that I can't respond to, but here's my response video. And I can be a nice person, don't get me wrong.
I mean, I don't believe it. Let me just stop you right there, madam. I can be a nice person. Usually I'm reasonable. Okay, buddy. Alright, relax. I don't think this woman's typically reasonable or a nice person, to be honest with you. Any person, I have said this every single time I come across one of these videos, but if you have someone who sits here and they tell you, I'm a nice person, or usually I'm a nice person, I just don't believe it, guys. I'm sorry. I don't think nice people have to sit there and proclaim that they are nice, me personally. But oh boy, is she not happy. The comments were probably roasting her. Let's see.
But y'all are really provoking me. And go ahead. You're not gonna get a nice side of me if you want to provoke me.
Who cares?
And I will check you. So you want to leave some nasty comments? Get ready to get checked. Let's take a poll for all you guys that say I'm wrong and the good guy, he's in the friend zone and we don't know what we're talking about. It's all this feminist crap.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're completely delusional. I wouldn't use those exact words that you did use there, but I do think you're 100% delusional, yes.
You know, women want equality. It's our fault, though. Let's take a poll. Which, by the way, you guys have had thousands of years to get it together. So I don't think it's our fault. If you guys could have done something better, you would have by now.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't realize that I was thousands of years old. Maybe my vampire thing is wearing off here. Maybe I am actually thousands of years old. I don't know. This is news to me. This is probably news to a lot of men that apparently we've been living for such a long period of time. But hey, I don't know. I certainly feel like it. When I listen to this woman, I feel like I've aged a few thousand years. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what she's referring to. But boy, is she not happy about this.
Let's take a poll and see how many guys out here are actually dateable. How many of you work out? You go to the gym, you take care of yourself and what you eat. How many of you are fat slobs?
Okay, are we going to extend this to women as well? I mean, I go to the gym. This isn't targeted at me. I think it's funny. But, I mean, are we going to hold women to the same standard? Do you go to the gym? And if you do go to the gym, are you actually putting in any effort? Right? Like, this is the thing, guys, is men are expected to go to the gym. They're expected to make money, be a good man, morals and all of that. And in return, you get a woman who provides nothing. She doesn't hit the gym. She's not interested in providing financially. She's just there because she's the table. But you, sir, you have to go to the gym. You have to make sure your body fat percentage is in check or she's not interested in you. Like, yeah, okay, man. Okay.
Any of those, you're not an option. How many of you guys jack off to porn? Women don't like that. So we're not gonna be cool with that. So you're not an option either. How many of you live at home with your mommy, or you have an extremely unhealthy relationship with your mommy, where she tells you what to do, she wipes your nose and wipes your tears, cooks for you, cleans for you. You don't know how to do anything for yourself because you're a giant child.
It is so interesting to me that the person who is a giant child is getting on the internet and calling people giant children. Just by the way, guys, right? This is not an effective advertisement, shall I say, to get men to try and date you. So let's just assume this is true, right? Let's just assume that no men are hitting the gym. They're all looking at women online, not interacting with real ones. Okay, let's assume this woman's argument is true. Apparently, we have to change that behavior, which a lot of us are not even doing, but we have to change that behavior apparently. Why? Because women don't like it. I mean, what kind of logic? Where is the incentive for men to date you? I'm so confused. I'm genuinely confused. Now, I'm not against going to the gym. I'm not against, for example, I don't think it's a good idea to look at spicy photos of women online and things like this. I think it's a good idea for men to get their finances up and move out of their parents' house and all of this sort of thing. I think these are all great ideas. But if your motivator for that is, well, women don't like it and you need to do it for us, I think maybe you need to reconsider your marketing strategy, because men are going to hear this. You know what dudes are going to do? They're going to hear this and go, man, maybe I should stop going to the gym. I don't want her. What is this? Maybe I should actually lay off the gym a bit if these are the kinds of women that are waiting at the end of the rainbow.
How many? Be honest. Don't lie, because I will call you out.
Ooh.
How many of you are getting drunk and high every weekend?
Ooh.
Partying it up, YOLO. Acting like there is no afterlife and judgment day. Because you will come to face God one day. It's not YOLO. How many of you are reading the Bible and actually doing what it says? No. Not pretending to be a Christian man. A good.
No. I mean, are you're here screaming on TikTok. Like, what even is this, guys? Like, are women holding themselves to these standards? Certainly not, man. Certainly not. I'll say this, every time I go into a gym, by the way, it's 90% dudes. So immediately, your first point makes your argument fall flat on its face. You go to any sort of average commercial gym, majority of it's dudes. And also, the dudes who do go there are trying harder than the women who do go there. Let's be honest about this. Right? Women do not push themselves nearly as hard as men. But hey, we're not talking about that. All we're talking about is what the men need to do for the women. That's it. And again, I'm not even against any of the points that she's saying here. I think there's probably a lot of merit to those things and the things that she's saying. But again, why the hell should men do these things if your reasoning is they should do them for me, to benefit me? And also, women don't do the majority. on average, men are doing this stuff more than women are. Now, this spicy content thing is a little bit skewed. I assume more dudes are watching spicy content than women. But let's be honest, women have their own spicy content as well. You think all these books they're reading and all of these little things that they're viewing aren't spicy? Certainly not. Let's continue.
Christian man. Yeah, we know what you're up to. How many of you on your wish list is ass and tits? You want double D's, you don't care about morals. You don't want to deal with emotions. You want a robot. You want a sex robot. You'll be the first one in line for the robot girlfriend. That's you.
I mean, if you're the alternative, then probably a lot of men will take that, I assume, yes. Again, I don't think these women understand this. If you are the alternative to these things, of course men are going to go with the former.
How many of you are hiding behind a computer every day and playing video games for hours?
I'm playing video games right now because it dilutes having to listen to you. I kid you not, guys. I would switch my screen, but I don't want to dox myself. I'm flying around, mining in World of Warcraft right now because it's so annoying to listen to these women. I have to think about something else because I don't want to actively give 100% of my focus to them. It's annoying, man. It's annoying. So, you know what? I'm guilty of that. And a lot of guys are guilty of playing video games. A lot of the time, dudes play video games to escape people like you. Let's be real about it. They don't want to interact with reality because you're in it.
And you don't approach women.
Oh, no.
How many of you are gay and you've completely given up on women entirely, either because you hate women or you had a really traumatic experience where you were sexualized at a young age as a man? You're right. We don't need you.
Okay.
I never said that we don't want you. I never said to give up on love either. I still have hope, but will I take these red flags? No. I will walk away at the first red flag, and so will a lot of women.
No, first of all, no, you won't. Women are attracted to red flags. Let's be honest about it. I mean, you have a guy who's highly attractive. Ain't no woman walking away just because he demonstrates some red flags. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. There's something else she said a moment ago. Let me wind it back to refresh my memory. Oh, yeah, she said, get this, guys. So, she doesn't need you, and she doesn't want you, but she wants you to keep on trying. I mean, what's the explanation behind this, guys? Like, I'm sorry, but if it's such a big issue for you, then obviously you do care. Because if you didn't care, and you don't need no man, then men doing their own thing wouldn't bother you so much. It wouldn't bother you that, men aren't hitting the gym. It wouldn't bother you that men aren't trying to make a lot of money and they're just chilling. None of these things would bother you if you actually didn't need a man. But you do need a man, right? You need that retirement plan. You need a guy to have a relationship with. And so, of course, it bothers you when dudes aren't exactly following your plan.
I still have hope, but will I take these red flags? No. I will walk away at the first red flag, and so will a lot of women.
Ooh.
You have to do better. Stop blaming us. We're tired of the internet gurus talking about what women should be doing better. No! You're the leaders. You do better.
Yeah, you know what? I'll agree with this woman. I'm not interested in convincing these women to do better. Lord knows they won't listen to me. You think these women listen to people like me? Absolutely not. I could give women fantastic advice on how to get a boyfriend, how to get a husband, and so on. But they don't care. Like they're not going to sit here and start taking notes and things like that. Right? And I'm not here to convince them to take notes. I'm not going to put myself through the mental anguish of trying to make somebody listen when they don't want to listen. I don't even think many people are trying to hold women accountable. There's probably a few podcasts, but again, the women don't care, man. Complete waste of time.
Grow up! And get ready to get called out. If you want to leave a comment on my page, I don't need your support. I'm not doing this for likes.
Ooh.
I'm not doing this for money.
Ooh.
Many men live with their parents because the economy doesn't allow some to move out at 18. Others because they are paying off loans and student debt. But if we don't consider that, there are more women living with their parents than men. Another thing is adult content, which, although I recommend men to quit, affects both women and men.
And just by the way, who do you think is putting out more and more of this content every single day? We won't talk about that, right? We won't talk about the women objectifying themselves. We won't talk about the women who are the ones who are not respecting themselves and things like this. Also, this woman brought up the point of like how men really care about how you look, right? Most men actually don't give a damn that much. As long as you don't eat, as long as you're not overweight, you can find a boyfriend. You really can. Don't be overweight. Don't be an awful person to be around like this woman is, and you are like most of the way there, essentially. Like guys will still have relationships with you. It depends on the type of quality of person you are. And rule number one is just don't eat McDonald's. The reason why women say things like this is because they're trying to lock down chads, right? They're trying to lock down the attractive men. And so the attractive men, a lot of them are not interested in having relationships. So what they'll do is, they'll trade you for the girl who's prettier. They'll trade you for the girl who they think looks better. And so it happens to these women over and over again because they're chasing these dudes. And they think that this is the behavior of all men when it certainly isn't. They're completely delusional.
As more than 30% of women currently consume it, and almost 80% of those who work in it are women. Secondly, you don't like an overweight, out-of-shape man. It's true that every man should take care of his body, but this double standard can't be applied to women as well, because no one desires a fat woman. But for this, we're labeled misogynists. Another thing is when a man does put in the effort and meets your list of requirements. What do you bring to the table? Because everyone wants a leader, but offers nothing in return. Don't tell me it's your presence worn down by the years that other men have already enjoyed. It's easy to complain about the loser man, but I assure you that a man who has it all can be with a woman who has nothing. However, a wealthy woman would not lower her standards to be with a man who has nothing, even if he's not overweight or lazy.
Of course not. This is why so many quote-unquote successful businesswomen, they have such issues when they're trying to date. It's because they don't want to date a dude who makes less than them, especially long-term. For short-term things, right, when they're chasing the attractive guy, I mean, they don't particularly care. But when women are looking for relationships and long-term things, usually they want you to make more than they do. And if you don't, then they don't want a relationship with you. And that's just the way it is, guys. The more of a long-term relationship it is, then the more they care about your resources and the fact that you at least have to earn or very, very well be capable of earning more than them. And to be honest, like the latter, they just prefer you to make more than them, period.
So where is your so-called equality?
Oh, and by the way, we aren't asking for perfection. We're asking for literally the bare minimum. Could you try that? The bare minimum?
No thanks.
And you do need women, by the way. Men actually need women.
This woman is telling me so many things I didn't know, you know? Is that so? Is that so, madam? I think I'm pretty fine at the moment, just flying around playing some World of Warcraft. I think I'm alright, thank you.
Because, fact check, women birth life into this earth.
True.
We raised you. We raised all of you.
What, by yourself? You did this whole process by yourself? I'm just confused, guys, you know, how she grew the egg into a human being from nothing. And I'm also confused. Have women just been solo raising children this entire time? I mean, this woman, she should write a book with all of the things that I don't seem to know.
Men out here who want to disrespect and objectify us. So look at your mom, look at your sister, look at any women that you have in your family. When you're disrespecting women, you're disrespecting them too.
No, I'm just disrespecting you because you disrespect yourself. Guys, these women try and make it like an all-women issue, right? I don't have any issue. Like, for example, let's just say you have a woman who doesn't objectify herself, and a woman who does. I mean, dudes are going to take the woman who respects herself and doesn't post spicy photos of herself online. This doesn't mean that men don't like all women, right? So if I sit here and I say, listen, I don't want to have a relationship with a woman, for example, who does spicy content. Does that mean that I don't like all women? That doesn't make any sense, man. It really doesn't. That's like women coming out here and saying, I don't like dudes who injure people, for example, or who are just angry all of the time. And then I sit here and I say, well, you must not like all men. Like, it just makes no sense.
And guess what? Keep it up. there won't be any women left to raise you and wipe your tears and take care of you, because we're going to be so fed up and angry with men. You want to know why men get used by women? Well, first of all, we were property for thousands of years, so we literally weren't able to collect money or own anything up until the past century.
I mean, also, you didn't have to go out and fight in wars. So, I mean, we don't talk about that issue. Also, you were completely provided for and protected by men. But now, you're right, madam. You are liberated. You can go out there and you can work very hard and you can struggle to pay your bills. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for the women, guys. This is what they fought for. You didn't want to be quote-unquote property. It was so hard back in the day. So, have your liberation, and wouldn't you know it? It's completely screwed. But hey, at least you can go do whatever you want now. And again, guys, I have no problem with women working. The funny thing is, I just find it funny that they don't like the responsibility that comes along with that. Oh, I have to pay bills now. I have to look after myself. It's like crazy.
So now that we are trying to get money and establish ourselves, we're told by men that all you want is sex. So we're abused until the point where we just give up and say, okay, you want to use us? We'll use you right back. So yeah, no one is to blame other than you men.
Of course.
If you really feel that strongly about it, then stop supporting it. Stop going to strip clubs. Stop watching it. Stop listening to nasty content. Because it's disrespectful.
Can we ask the question, just by the way? I mean, I agree with this woman. I think it's a bad idea. But are we going to ask the question? I mean, number one, women are consuming a lot of this content too. Let's not get it twisted. But number two, who's making the content? Who's in it? Who's supporting it? Who's saying that it's a great idea to get involved in? Who is saying that it's empowering? We're not going to have discussions about that, are we? No.
And men out here don't have empathy to raise children. So you guys really think you can do this without us? Go ahead, give it a try.
I have to keep pausing it because everything this woman says is completely stupid. Men actually do raise children better than women do solo. There's a lot of evidence to actually suggest that. Children turn out a lot better when they are raised by a single father as opposed to a single mother, so we actually have a lot of data to support that. Not really sure if that's the point you want to be making, but I don't think anything in this video really has to do with data or things that are to do with reality. So, I mean, she probably doesn't really care about that little tidbit, does she?
See, you want to see how bad stuff can really get? God said to have respect for women and to treat us as equals, as equal counterparts. We are your equal and opposite. But if you don't want to listen, then keep it up. You'll see how bad it gets. It can become hell on earth if you really want it to. If that's where you want it to go.
Who does this woman think she is?
And, you will face God on Judgment Day.
In the past, when couples got married, it was a man and a woman who both had to start from the bottom. The woman could work or not, but she contributed to helping the man in her own way. Nowadays, women want the winning man. They don't want to be the woman of the process. They want to be the woman waiting at the finish line for the man who has built himself up. When you judge me for not having tangible things, you are not being fair because a man needs to bring things to the table to be visible. It's often said that only children, animals, and women receive unconditional love. Men are loved for what they can provide. For over 100 years, men haven't changed what they want in a woman: beauty, fertility, loyalty, and acts of service.
I mean, I don't think men have ever really changed what they preferred in women, to be honest with you. It probably hasn't changed in thousands of years, you know? I don't even think it's been like the last 100. I think men have probably been very consistent and also very obvious with the things that we are looking for out of women. Now, apparently, those things are a little bit too difficult to muster these days. But hey, it's okay, guys, because remember, the women don't need us, apparently, so... I'm sorry, man. This video is just so funny to me. This woman might as well be a comedian. I don't think they realize that when they make videos like this, they're essentially advertisements for men to just keep doing what they're doing. You're not even, like, all of this bad behavior, by the way, for example, going to script clubs and things like this, or playing too many video games, or whatever else she was rambling about. Dudes are actually more inclined to listen to this and then just do the complete opposite of whatever you say, just because you're completely unpleasant, right? Again, if the reward at the end of the rainbow is you, then dudes are probably going to do the opposite of what you say, because they don't want women who scream on TikTok. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not a good, it's not quite the advertisement you think that it is, madam. Let me just say that.
On the other hand, what women claim to be the minimum is a man who has the 666 of the apocalypse and more. 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm surprised, by the way, that she didn't actually bring up height first. I would actually argue that's probably one of the, like, invisible requirements that women actually first look at. But of course, we don't mention that, right? We don't mention the height. We do mention a bit of the bank account, though. But usually what's first noticed is the height and the facial symmetry and so on. And then we start to look at the things like the bank account.
Earning more than $6,000 and having a physical appearance of at least a 6. By choosing this, almost 80% of men are eliminated. Add to that, after marrying her and having to support her, you also have to do household chores. Otherwise, you're an oppressive misogynist. So tell me how this is wanting the minimum when only 20% of men can qualify.
Was Jesus the first feminist? Hear me out on this one. Before Jesus came to the earth, women were basically slaves to men. We were concubines, so on and so forth. By the time Jesus had come to the earth, women were not allowed in synagogues. We were not allowed in any holy places, or even allowed to hear anything about the word as it was, or practice it in any way. And when Jesus started preaching, women were actually afraid to listen to him. They were afraid of what their husbands would do, and they asked Jesus about this. They said, aren't men supposed to have authority, over us? And Jesus basically told them that they should be listening and to ignore their husbands and to listen to the word, because he was going to protect them.
Now, guys, I'm not like a biblical expert or something like this, but this sounds like a very gross misconstruence, I guess you would call it, of the Bible. I'm going to assume. Somebody let me know down in the comments. Okay, I'm not super familiar with how this stuff works, but this sounds like complete nonsense to me. My nonsense radar is going a little bit off right here. So apparently, the Bible says not to listen to men. I don't know about that one.
And he also told women to speak the word, to preach the word. And after Jesus left the earth, the church tried once again to erase women entirely from the Bible. They erased all of women's roles. They erased Jesus' actual life from the Bible. I mean, isn't that what the Bible's supposed to be about, is Jesus at the end of this?
I think this woman is really trying to just thread this story where it just doesn't belong. So apparently what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make sense of the fact that apparently, guys, you can be a Christian woman and also a womanist at the same time. This is nonsense that I have seen many modern women try and do. Is like, yeah, I'm strong and independent. I'm a womanist. Equal this, equal that. But also, I'm a Christian woman. It's like, I don't know about that one, man. I feel like you're trying to have your cake and eat it too, right there. I think these two things are contradictory, to be honest.
That's a fact. The Bible said nothing about listening to women. It's actually said the women should be quiet. God, man, women, then children. What is he talking about?
And yeah, they just tried to completely diminish women's role and still keep us out of the church and out of any position of authority. Now, I get that people associate the word feminist with, like, the liberal green hair, this and that. That's not what feminism is.
I mean, I would also associate it with people like you, and it seems fairly accurate.
Feminism, in its definition, is that women are equal to men, which is what God says, that all of his children are equals. It doesn't.
Yeah, guys, womanism is all about equality. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Doesn't mean that we can do everything that you guys can do. It doesn't mean that we're as strong and as powerful as you. But God did not give you your strength and authority to abuse and exploit women.
Nobody said that.
And I believe that when Jesus comes back to this earth, he will rightfully set women back in our place as equals. And that is the only way we will ever have harmony on this earth, is when women are treated as equals in a society and respected and honored and loved. If that happened, it would completely change our society. What do you guys
So
think?
real, Queen.
Oh my God!
And now I understand when Jesus said, "Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they are doing." When you use the Bible for your narrative, it's not right because the Bible speaks of the traditional woman, not the liberal one. Here are some verses. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who brings shame is like rottenness in his bones. The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands the foolish one tears hers down. Wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head and Savior of the church, which is his body.
And there it is, right? What did I tell you guys? I think this woman's just making up absolute nonsense. Don't listen to men. You know, I don't need no man. But at the same time, I'm also a Christian woman. I mean, get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell. This is like a scam. I've noticed a lot more modern women are trying to do this, right? Is because they're trying to look for more traditional guys. What they're doing is they're like adopting this fake Christian persona, and they're going into these spaces because they're looking for a guy who's generous, a guy who's caring, a guy who's by extension religious as well. And so they go to these environments because they're looking for someone to manipulate, and who perhaps doesn't know any better. I think it's kind of like women going to charity events. Because, like, have you guys ever seen women, right? They hit like 30 years of age. They're looking for a good man now. And so they start going to like charity events and fundraisers and things like this because they want to find wealthy dudes who are like giving and all of this kind of thing. I think it's the same thing with a lot of these religious circles, is you have these women who are incredibly liberal who are going into these spaces because they want to be able to find a man to manipulate and treat like crap. This woman's a psycho. I think her content is absolutely hilarious, though. It makes for some great videos. So maybe we'll keep an eye on her. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a hilarious video for you here today of a modern woman deciding that it would be a good idea to have a girls' night out against her boyfriend's wishes, obviously, only to return home, quote-unquote home, and be kicked out. I mean, this crap is absolutely hilarious. I think that men should do this from the jump. If your girl wants to have a girls' night out, that's fine. She is not going to be returning to you. So let's take a look at this video here, guys. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Have you ever done the same thing to a woman? I'd be interested to know down in the comments. Let's jump right in.
Oh, no. You see what time it is? Yes, I'm tired. Where were you? I was with my girl. I told her I was going out.
More Chicago, definitely Detroit and Milwaukee. He definitely giving those vibes. I mean, but you could get shot in some of these areas like this. But yeah, I would never even invite a woman on my plane or a boat without knowing her at least. That's dangerous.
Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Grant. I got a video today from Life of Abundance. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
I am so confused right now. The amount of girls that are coming up on my For You page talking about, oh my gosh, we don't have any rights anymore. My grandma has more rights than I do. What the
You stupid.
heck are you talking about? What? I can buy a car. I can buy a home. I can go to school.
You can have a credit card. You can marry if you want to. You can have a job, but you can not marry if you don't want to.
I can get a job. I can do everything a man can do. I can vote. I have the freedom to go onto this wonderful app and speak whatever I feel like. What rights am I losing? And if the only rights we're talking about are allowing men to come into the bathroom with me and play in women's sports and the right to kill an unborn child, I'm sorry, you're crazy and kind of demonic. So
you see the difference? Conservative ladies are beautiful. It's like a fresher breath air. When you
don't see so much purple and blue everywhere or piercings. Well,
that's a fact. You don't see none of that. No bull rings. You know what I'm saying? You see old school earrings, old school jewelry. You don't see none of this new school, I want to fit in type of fucking materialistic wear.
In the face, the ears is normal.
See a young, beautiful lady speak like this. Like, holy crap! There's actually still sane people in this society.
Charlie, my name is Maddie. And I just wanted to know about your stance and your opinion on the way that hurricane relief was handled by who's currently in office, and your opinion on how that could have been handled differently or better.
I mean, it's outrageous that your taxpayer dollars are going to help illegal foreigners and migrants.
Period.
And not our own American citizens.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so this is what Trump believes. Not another penny to a foreigner while an American is suffering. Period. We put our own citizens first.
I enjoy that.
You want a MAGA hat?
She made 2 great points.
Wonderful
Her vote
points.
Should have been counted twice for good measures. Mad respect for Charlie Kirk for maintaining eye contact the whole time.
He needs some milk.
Do it! I'll buy
You don't even know what's coming for them crackers. None of you weirdos can hide.
How am I supposed to serve the customer?
But they talking about white people racist. Black people, come on, man, stop it. You don't do that. You don't fit in. You don't get to say that. You know what I'm saying? The same way you be like, oh, they don't get to call you no nigga.
Customers wearing MAGA hats right now. I am so angry.
If you want to anger a conservative, tell a lie. But if you want to anger a liberal, tell the truth.
True.
It's great to be in the wonderful state of Ohio. Sir, you're in Florida. If he's in Pennsylvania, it's wonderful to be in the state of Delaware. What is wrong with this guy?
I guess in the club, we all not fam. And like, fuck you guys for making me think that we were. Help me! Help me!
Down the street to go get my medication because I'm out and I need it for.
What I just say, all liberal girls got them bull ring. The jury dog setup game is crazy. It's either coming out of the ears and the nose at the same time, or it's in the nose. They always look. You could tell a liberal woman just by the piercing she got on her body.
Another septum piercing. Then I saw a woman walking her 2 kids, and she had this look on her face. And I looked at her and made eye contact. We both kind of nodded.
And you cried because of that haircut?
Like we were both just
Like the wasn't that Daphne, but the Velma haircut.
devastated. And you could just tell in her eye.
The nose ring correlation must be studied. Because do you guys see a pattern here? Yep. Nose rings and psychological meltdowns go hand in hand.
My sadness is over. My anger has set in. I am a very
Why do you have a no? This guy has one too.
You person, and I am very proud of that. Love it about myself, actually. And so, I say this in the most disrespectful way possible. I don't care if you are my family. I don't care if you are my friend. I don't care if we've been friends our entire lives. You can literally go f*** yourself if you voted for Donald Trump. You stupid.
It's so sad that when people are willing to throw away such deep connections over a presidency or some votes that they voted differently, or just technically it's just a difference of opinion. That's all it really is.
Are so sad about your groceries being expensive. Get a better paying job. Do better in life.
You do realize it's more liberals that are complaining about this price of groceries than there is more conservative people, in my opinion.
Get a education. Do something. Because you're stupid. And I hope you go jump off of a bridge.
This is a tough business to run for president.
No, you're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader that is real tough. You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the presidency.
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 3. I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you.
This isn't America anymore. I don't know what it is, but it's not going to be America. And if you think that Trump is going to be in that office for 4 years, you're insane. Because we're about to be in a real live action episode of Scandal.
Like, I full on removed myself from Hinge, Bumble, like,
thank God.
I didn't
Yeah, we didn't need you there anyway. You're like two people in one.
even think twice about it. There's no way I am letting any man near.
I repeat, for the sake of the universe and for the benefits of mankind, please stay on strike for the rest of your lives. Thank you very much. And have you guys noticed? It's always the damn tortas.
He needs some milk.
I do admit it is the bigger, more, less attractive woman.
For the next 4 years, I am going to abstain from schmex with men. And funny enough, I actually just broke up with my boyfriend.
Ain't no way in hell I'm leaving my man. I'm not here to judge anybody doing this 4B movement, but telling people to divorce their husbands is crazy.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm perfectly fine with them not having children. And little did they know, they just solved half of the abortion issues.
True.
And just like that, millions of babies are saved from this kind of evil.
I love killing babies. I love it.
Get the rocks. Yeah. Abdul? Yeah. Get the rocks. Get the rocks.
I think it's probably one of its.
Okay. Doing my part as an American woman by breaking up with my Republican boyfriend last night and officially joining the 4B movement. Straight woman, this is the time to look into the 4B movement. You do not need a man, I promise. Does a man need you? Wait, I have a perfect photo for this.
Believe it or not, watch the 4B movement help America, because hookup culture.
I actually think it's kind of a good thing. There's no complaints for men, in my opinion. Everybody in the comment section is just, the only thing that they're saying is they don't think women can do it because women can't close their legs for long enough. That's what most people in the comment section are saying. But everybody else is like agreeing that keep your legs closed. It's okay. You don't want kids? It's okay. We're perfectly happy with you, particularly girls, not having kids.
Culture will disappear, and people will actually want to focus on a serious connection before getting into a serious relationship.
Haram. I swear to God, if you idiots elect that demented man, I will burn this whole place to the ground.
Meanwhile,
Stupid.
I need water. Help me. I need water. Help.
Vice President, I'm speaking.
I have to
I'm
weigh
speaking. I'm speaking.
Now, wait a minute. I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
For immigrants on the whole
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell. By the way, I don't like this mic. Whoever the hell bought this mic system, don't be the son of a bitch to put it in, I'll tell you. These people. No, this mic is terrible. Stupid mic keeps popping. Do you hear that, George? Don't pay him. Don't pay him. You know, I believe in paying. But when somebody does a bad job, like this stupid mic, you shouldn't pay the best, sir. Terrible.
This man is more Gen Z than Gen Z or Gen Z.
Donald Trump asked Joe Rogan for an endorsement.
I actually kind of see that, yeah.
To his face during their 3-hour podcast.
Do me a favor. Do you know Elon Musk? Yes. He endorsed me. By the way, he gave me the nicest endorsement, too. The tough. He said the country's going to fail. You should do the same thing, Joe, because you cannot be voting for Kamala. Kamala. You're not a Kamala person. I know you. I've watched you. I know him better than his. You know what? Without speaking to you, I think I know you maybe almost as well as your wife. I have watched you for so many years. You're not a Kamala person. You're a Khabib person, but you're not a Kamala person.
Now let me just clear the air with the ladies here, because they get very sensitive about this topic.
Joe Rogan and Donald Trump? Yeah, they're gonna get sensitive.
It's not an issue being led by a woman, but it's an aversion to being led by that woman.
Want to hear the most annoying sound of the world?
For those who voted for Trump, the decision was fairly simple.
Most level-headed people with some common sense liked Trump. And it's not that we all think Trump is necessarily the best candidate, but when we look around, we're like, he's better than everybody else.
That's exactly what I said.
What the hell? You cannot be serious. How did I wake up to this garbage as my president? That's right, garbage. I went to bed last night and she was ahead. I woke up to this.
I don't these people are playing characters online, right? There's just no way normal people, even if you are LGBTQ or whatever, are just wearing these outrageous colors and stuff constantly everywhere, even in your own house like this. No, you're putting these things on to show and to play a character for everybody to see, because you're not truly that, in my opinion. At least the way you guys are presenting yourselves like this.
Freaking nightmare! Donald Trump? How? Does America have this many Nazi, Hitler following pieces of trash?
You voted against me. You voted against my right to live. You voted against...
We didn't vote against anybody's rights to live. Yes, we might have voted against you because it was our own self-interest, just like you voted for your own self-interest that was against us. I'm not that upset.
All the women and their rights.
You're a simp! Oh my gosh, you voted against my right to live. Bro, it's not that serious. No, you're going to live. Grow up. Normal people don't act like this. Nope.
You voted for a racist, a rapist, a dictator. You voted for a bully, a bigot, and a narcissist. Even the Germans tried to warn us, but you didn't listen.
It's funny how white people can call other white people racist when you don't even know what their mindset really is. You don't know. You low key one of the people they be having the hoods on outside when nobody can't see your face. So like, take what they say with a grain of salt, because liberal people be the most, our words.
You didn't listen to the historians, the psychologists, the educators, and the intellectuals. Of course not, because Dictatorship 101 is to convince you to distrust the media, the educated, and to create an us versus them mentality.
Here's some of the easiest ways.
Isn't that what the West did?
To leave the country as
the left side did.
American. Sorry guys, I simply cannot smile at the moment. It's been a long 24 hours. If you're under 30, consider the Australia or New Zealand working holiday visa. Granted, this is a temporary fix, but Australia allows American citizens up to 3 years on a working holiday, and New Zealand offers 1. I personally am working diligently on my exit plan. Stay safe out there, guys.
You two are trying to figure out how you're going to move out of the U.S. after those election results. I'm an American citizen and an Australian permanent resident, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for my Australian citizenship now. I want to share some of the easiest visas that you can get that'll probably get you out of the country.
We are officially unburdened by what has been. Now, if you said you wanted to leave the country because Trump won, please, keep your word.
I will be leaving the country and my dad will be staying blocked after this election. See you never.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Please, get the fuck out.
She seems like the type that your father pays your bills, so you blocking him just cuts your own leg off.
Hey, man.
Do not go to that person in your life that you feel is a little bit more oppressed than you are, because obviously you're feeling oppressed, and ask for help with it. I don't care how you voted. I don't care how hard you worked. I don't care. You're not an exception to this. Just so we're clear.
Jeez. When they say demonic, like some of the videos we do watch here, you see something coming out, some kind of demon.
Thought it couldn't get too much more reasonably worse today.
Watching adults throw tantrums like 3-year-olds is something else. Kind of shows us what kind of bullet we just dodged by the grace of God.
Let's say peers in history of mass movements of people that mobilized to protect one another in times of fascism and authoritarianism. And this is the era that we are poised to enter.
White people, I don't think it's clicked in your brain yet how devastating the immigration policy is going to be.
My immigrant mother just called me on the phone innocently asking me if she should start carrying her passport in case they start doing mass deportation.
If she has her passport, she's good to go. Again, it's just illegals.
Always forget the illegal part when criticizing Trump.
I say we pass a law that requires anyone who voted for that orange piece of shit to wear their Trump hat 24/7. Because conservatives are dangerous for anyone who isn't white, Christian, or male.
But wait! There's more!
Can we fight back? Can we be emotional? Can we be irrational? Can we be horrible? Can we make this hard for them?
You've been doing this whole time. What's changed? You can still do all these things.
Can we finally crash out? Message me. Girl, that's what you've been doing, you know? I mean, if you voted for Kamala, you definitely were irrational. You probably were emotional, making it hard for them. Who's them? White people with common sense, black people with common sense. I'm not sure what you were trying to say by them.
I have legit seen my liberal friends on social media talking about civil war and firearm training.
Right.
And I'm over here just like, didn't like half of y'all try to enforce stricter gun laws or take guns away altogether?
I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth.
That right there is really terrifying. Every trans person should be very afraid of that. A loss?
Yeah, you should be. If you're definitely trying to take advantage of the system and trying to, go to women's bathrooms, compete in women's sports and things like that, then yes, I agree.
Stating that the only two genders are male and female and that they are assigned at birth.
Man, I'm going to end this video right here, man. End this live, I mean. We'll be back tomorrow, man, with another live, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And let me know what y'all think about these crazy people, man. It's Remy Ma, 4B movement, and women mad